Hello, everybody. Yes. Y'all, come on in here. Come on in here. Come on in here with Miss J. Come on in here. Come on in here. Come on in here. Welcome to Miss J Speaks Talk Show and Podcast. Now, I am Angela Johnson. Everybody call me Miss J. So, October is Domestic Violence and Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And Miss J Speaks Talk Show and Podcast is going to be bringing awareness to those. So y'all probably saw the flyer that I had out. I'm going to put this right here. I won't mess up nothing. You probably saw the flyer We're going to talk about domestic violence. And whew, let me give the definition of domestic violence. Violent or aggressive behavior within within the home, typically involving the violent abuse of a spouse or partner. Y'all hear what I just said? Violent, violent. Just that word alone. Just that word alone. There she is. There she is. There she is.
You know, I'm always running late. Traffic bad in Houston.
Okay, you here. You here, hon. You're here.
Yes, this is a wonderful, wonderful situation
That's
we got
okay. It's
here.
okay. So I would just give the definition of domestic violence.
Okay. Okay.
Um, and I just read it out. Violent or aggressive behavior within the home, typically involving the violent abuse of a spouse or a partner.
Exactly.
Wow. Wow.
What makes it domestic?
Yes, domestic.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. That makes sense, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Uh,
I'm just trying to get this
that's
camera
okay.
together.
So I'm gonna do one more thing before I bring the guests up. I want to give some statistics, a quick statistic, right? And this is from the National Statistic Coalition of
Isn't that
Domestic
across that
Violence Abuse.
that word
That
just
is a
crossed
tongue
the-
twister for me, y'all. I'm sorry. That's a tongue twister.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, 1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 men have experienced some form of physical violence. On average, 20 people per minute are physically abused during 1 year. This equates to more than 10 million women and men. Wow. Did y'all hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. It equates to 10 million women and men. Mm, being abused. 1 in 3 women.
1 in 3. That is like
Yes, that's scary there. So without further ado, she's been patiently sitting back in the green room waiting. And what I want y'all to do, I want y'all to give it up for this guest, because I tell y'all, when we have guests to come up here to share their journey, it takes a lot for them to come up here and expose themselves. So without further ado, I want to let's welcome her in, Miss Diamond Unique. Let me get my cursor right here. Diamond.
and before you bring her on, we want to
Okay.
let you all
Okay.
know that this is very exclusive because we had an
Oh,
opportunity.
that's yes.
It was actually a privilege, to be able to interview this young lady that has, on set been through these trials herself. This is like a talk show where we can converse back and forth, but this here is exclusive because this lady has experienced these things for herself, and she's made it through. So for all those
Yes.
that are sensitive to certain situations,
That's right. Disclaimer.
brace yourself or keep scrolling because this here is going to be very graphic.
Yep.
Some people may not be able to deal with it
Yep.
due to they may have experienced it or they just got a
Might be a trigger.
trigger. It may just because they have a weak stomach to certain situations.
That's
And
right.
I know that I do too in certain situations. I have a weak stomach to it. So I have to, avoid certain things in life. So it's not a bad thing, but if you cannot deal with the topic that is going on here today, please make sure that you allow someone else to so that they can benefit from it by sharing
That's
it
right.
out.
That's right.
By
That's
sharing
right,
it out. We
Janet.
truly
That's
appreciate
right.
that you do that. And so she's a very wonderful young lady that, I'm just like, I'm in awe. And she gives me strength. And she was saying that she was so flabbergasted. She was so outdone over meeting Miss J because
Yes.
she was so encouraged because she was at the most lowest part of her time in her life. And Miss J breathed life into her by having her
Isn't that something?
podcast and talk show. And so I want to let you guys know that how important this talk show is.
Yes.
Jay goes
Yes,
way
Janet.
out and beyond to bring y'all the top of the line topics that are normally closed up behind closed
That's right.
doors. And
That's right,
shut
Janet.
the lips and
Tell
stuff.
it, Janet.
But
Tell it.
now on Miss J's podcast talk show that it is, she brings it to the forefront. And so that we can deal with these problems. You know, we're not certified counselors or anything like that, but we are listeners and we do care. And we're not here just for ourselves, but we're here for our community. We're here for everyone else. And
thank you for that.
That's all I have to say.
Thank you. Thank you. With that being said, let's welcome my brave guest. Yes. And I love the name, y'all. I love the name. Miss Diamond Unique. Isn't she beautiful? There she is, y'all.
Hey.
There she is. Isn't she just y'all look at that beautiful smile.
Yes, she is beautiful.
Thank you.
Shining like a diamond.
Yes. Yes.
My daughter's name is Diamond. I call her my sparkling diamonds.
That's what my mom gave me that.
I was gonna ask you, that's your real name. Y'all, that's her real name, Diamond Unique.
Yeah,
wow.
Diamond Unique. Wow.
Wow, isn't that something?
That's amazing.
Well, I really want to welcome you here. I appreciate you being here to tell your story. And Miss Janet, I'm glad you said what you said, because this is going to be that's why it's an exclusive. This is going to be a conversation. Like Miss Janet said, some people might not want to hear it, but it's okay, because she is up here to start her healing journey. Because that's what this is all about. Okay? So with that being said, welcome, Diamond Unique. Welcome. So you can hear in the back, you can hear in the green room, right?
Yes.
You can hear, okay. So you heard me call out the statistics and everything.
Yes, ma'am.
That was astonishing for me. That more than 10 million within a year. That was astonishing. But it exists. It exists.
Because it's not something that's uncommon. It's something that's very common in most households that we think that are the norm. Households where people put on this persona that everything is okay.
Everything is okay.
The
everything is okay.
Walking her kids out to the bus stop with her children. Hi. Mm-hmm. And she go back in the house getting beat like Tina Turner was getting.
Come on now.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it is definitely a common thing. It's not, an okay thing, of course not, but it is common in the households today in America and worldwide. These situations come about. And people are afraid of, of getting snatched off the street and sold into black market. But you can go through that same thing right in your own home.
In your own home. Oh, Lord.
Your own home. So what you see up front is not always what you get. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because truly you haven't seen nothing yet. So y'all stay tuned in to Miss J Speaks podcast and talk show for the exclusive. Miss Diamond.
So now Miss Diamond stated that it's okay for us to ask questions. So if y'all your viewers, we're gonna let her talk. We're gonna let her talk. I got a question I want to ask. My first question I will ask, and you go ahead on a roll into what you want to talk about. Okay.
Okay.
My first question is, how did you two meet?
We met through my brother.
Okay.
That's how we met. Everything was, perfect when you meet someone that you don't really know. You thinking, oh well, he's so different. He's gonna treat me right, and things like that. But we met through my brother.
Okay, that's how y'all. And how old and young were y'all?
I had my kids then, so I was 23.
23.
Yes.
Very young.
That's still young.
Oh, that's very young. You're barely legal.
Yeah, you're right. That's still young. That's still young.
Yeah.
Young and impressionable, still, and taking just barely taking life by the tail, and saying, what do I want to do with my life? What's my plan for the future? 21, because I remember 21 very well,
I think I remember my 21.
Oh, I remember 21 because I couldn't wait to see 21 because that's when I was officially grown. Okay.
Oh,
I
yeah.
could I could go in the liquor store without somebody saying card me.
Right. I get it.
So I remember 21, but you're very, very young.
Very young.
Just made it over the hump of teen, and so it's very impressionable. It's easy to get caught up in situations because what you gotta believe what you hear at 21.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So my next question is, the first time that he put his hands on you, do you remember when that was? And you take it from there and start talking.
It wasn't exactly when we got together. Like he was like such a gentleman when we first got together. But I guess it's when, the drug situations and stuff like that, then all of a sudden everything just completely changed.
You didn't see no red flags?
No, it wasn't no red flags. It wasn't no red flags at all. No red flags. It just came out of nowhere.
Do you remember when he first put his hands on you?
We was literally watching a movie, and it's Toy Story, a cartoon really.
Okay, yeah.
I couldn't get my kids under control, so they want to play and watch cartoons. So they're loud. Kids gonna be loud. They're excited to see cartoons. So you're in your situation and you want to just be mellow and stuff, and I didn't calm my kids down. I got smacked. After that, it all went haywire.
Can you expand?
After that night, it's like I just was beaten every day for no reason. Just no reason. I was
In front of the kids.
in front of my kids. To this point now that my son is 10 years old now, he suffered with seizures. From seeing everything that I went through, he suffered from seizures.
Wow.
Yes.
You was 23 when that happened, or you was a bit older?
Ma'am.
You was 23 when that happened, or you was a little bit older?
Not to my knowledge. I'm thinking I was 23, maybe 26, but I really don't even, like, from me being in the predicament that I am now, like my memory right now is like I forget a lot of things.
Right.
But my story, I will never forget that.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, because some things traumatize us so hard that we do forget, because it's I forgot what the diagnosis is. It's just a trauma that happens so bad that when you can't recollect everything about it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's too much. You choose not to in your brain, even if you wanted to, you could not bring it back. But you'll find that certain things can irk you. You know what I'm saying? I know from personal experience. So it's just you'll find things that irk you. You like, why do that irk me so bad? Something must have happened, to make me feel like ew when it
exactly.
comes to that.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
So you don't have to have, certain times if you can't remember it.
Yeah, it's kind of rough because now I have I had a concussion, so now I have post-concussion syndrome. So now I have vertigo along with that. So really, basically, all I can do is work from home. Like if I'm up, I'm just dizzy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, vertigo ain't nothing to play with.
So take us through because I remember you made a statement. You said that it was a time where, just take us through what happened to you.
Oh, which part?
Start wherever you want to start at, sweetheart.
I guess after the movie, in that situation when he smacked me, he got in trouble for jumping on someone at my apartment. So he got locked up. I held him down until he got locked up. Me being scared, like, okay, well, he's gonna do something to me if I don't do it.
Right.
He got out, and it's like, as soon as he got out and he came back to the apartment, I got beaten. I got beaten. Like, I was called all kinds of names. Um, he accused me of the men next door. He literally invited all his friends over to be over there and watch me get abused.
Are you serious?
Yes. If I didn't do as he say, he would lock me up in the closet. Like, put me in the closet and put a chair by the door. He'll lock me up in the closet. And then it's a lot, but he he physically made me, like, beat me and then rape me and then let his friends do the same thing as well.
Oh gosh, I am so sorry.
He it was cold one winter. It was cold. I had covers on me. He came back there and threw cold water on me. He slapped me around a couple of times. He made me clean up the water. Then I had to be undressed, and he took all my covers to the point I had to lay there with no covers. It was cold. It was really cold.
You minding your business. He come there throwing water on you.
Minding my business. Minding my business.
And the
And
children was there.
the children was there. And to the point that I got tired, Mom, come get my kids. I need you to
Right.
come get my kids. Then physically, just like I tell everybody, can't nobody tell nobody's no story. He got me on cocaine. I was on cocaine.
It's
My
okay.
mother, my mother got me off of cocaine.
Mm.
He literally got me on cocaine, and to the point that I was really physically just like, you know what? Let me just do this cocaine. Let me do these pills. Let me do everything. For when you hit me, I'm not gonna feel it.
Really?
So just let me do everything. Then he'll get mad if like, out of nowhere, he'll just get mad. He'll get mad. One night he literally choked me out until I blacked out. When I woke up, I did not know where I was at.
So there was no triggers for him, like for instance, like he didn't say, you didn't have my dinner done, or why haven't you cleaned up,
Right.
or
No,
there was.
it was no triggers, because me, I have OCD, so I'm gonna clean. And
Oh, okay.
when my kids get hungry, I cook, and when I cook, I also cook enough for him. But it
Mm-hmm.
was no triggers. If his friends came over and say, "Well, why your girl doing this?" or "Why she not listening to you?" There it goes. I'm just getting smacked around.
Mm,
It's nothing else about it.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
everything about it. I literally, my mom was there for me. I told my brother, but my brother still continuing to deal with this man to this day. Like, it's no ifs and buts about it. He knows about me being almost killed and everything.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
so they like a pack that run together.
They are a pack, to the point that this man just got locked up again, and my brother helped him get out.
And I know they gotta just tear you up knowing what you've been through. Because when we say family, we feel like family for to stick with fam.
Yeah,
What
it tears me up because I moved away. I moved away to try to get away, but when I moved away, my brother brought him back to where I was at.
Oh wow,
mm,
what's going on with the brother? That's what I would be wondering now.
right. That's
Hmm.
don't understand. Like
No.
you sister. Now I got a brother. I got one brother. One boy and four gals. And I already know, and we already know. We would mention one thing about somebody put their hands on his sisters. We
Ooh,
already know.
going
It ain't
down.
gonna be no. Let's go hang. Oh no, it's gonna be where he at. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
Hmm.
I know that's the way I'm thinking. Boys, men be like that with their sisters.
no, not this one.
Just any family member, if you know that somebody in your family is getting hurt, abused in some form, it's just a natural reaction to want to help that person. I don't have to know you to want to help you.
That's right, Janet. That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying? So imagine, a family member not want to help you. That's you had to feel alone, you know.
I felt alone because I ran to my mother's side of the family and I got uncles on that side. I'm like, I'm getting abused. I need y'all help. Like, can y'all give me some money to get a room or anything like that? Their outcome of the whole situation. If you ain't talking about sex, if you ain't trying to send us no pictures of your body, we don't want to help you.
That they saying
Wait,
this to you.
That's what they say to me.
wait. I'm getting
Yeah,
confused.
that's what I just got.
Yeah, bring me up to date. I lost some. I got lost
I
somewhere.
got lost with that one
So
too.
they're saying that if you don't have proof that he's doing this, or it.
If I'm not talking about sex or anything, my uncles won't help me.
Oh, so they're kind of messed up too.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is a family thing.
Okay, so they. Oh, okay, I get it now. It just registered now. It just registered. Okay,
And
I'm
what?
sorry.
And this is on your mom's side.
On my mother's side, yes.
Okay.
And you going for help?
All I wanted was help.
What about your daddy's people?
That my daddy, I don't really know my daddy. When I was 3 months old, my daddy separated himself from my mother. My daddy left me in a corner store to go get some drugs. And ever since then, I have not seen my daddy.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Now take us through that point where you were saying you had said that it was cold outside and you had slept outside. Wait a minute. I know what I'm trying to say. Was
Yeah.
that you know what I'm trying to say? Wait a minute. You was left, some guys had raped you or something and they had left you there for
Yeah,
dead.
they had left you for dead, basically, and they wasn't even arrested
Yeah.
Nothing happened. Well, nothing
because
happened.
the crime rape is one of the hardest crimes to prove.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's one of the
Mm-hmm.
very hardest to prove. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what makes it so bad for women and for men. Men get raped too.
Sure
And,
do. Sure
and
do.
so
Let's just keep it
um,
100. Sure do.
yeah, so that's what makes that situation terrible. But for all those that are listening in, if you
Mm.
do a hashtag replay, don't give up because
Mm-hmm.
you don't have nobody listening right now, because you don't have family support.
That's right.
Just leave the situation and go to shelters. There are hotlines. If you see that thing flashing across the screen
Yep.
there are abuse hotlines and places to go. And,
Uh-huh.
and, and,
Uh-huh.
and you just have to you have to really get that tough skin and get scared enough for your life.
Mm-hmm.
You have to
Mm-hmm.
choose to live or to die. For those that are listening in to a situation like this, it's so sad. But this young lady, this beautiful young lady, Diamond, she made it.
Made it.
That's what I look at. But there's a lot of young ladies didn't make it. And
Mm-hmm.
I know this is her platform right now that Miss J is allowing her to use. But I had a roommate, my best friend's roommate, my best friend's sister was my roommate, and she had an abusive boyfriend as well. And so she didn't make it like you made it, Diamond. She didn't make it because one night he just slapped her too hard. He didn't do it there at the apartment where we stayed because we were roommates. We were both coming and going all the time.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
young, we making our money, we moving around. I got my man, she got hers.
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
so, and I would just hear about it through the grapevine, through my best friend, that this guy keeps on putting his hand on my sister, type of thing. Now in my family, my brothers is they rated triple X. You even breathe hard my way, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But in her family, they had 5 or 6 girls and one brother, and he had mental challenges, so he wasn't very much of help. But he had hit her one time, and I was waiting for. I was like, Ultimate ain't came home yet. And so she had not came home, and I didn't know she had not came. What had happened to her, but what had happened to her was he hit her, and her head. She flew into a table. She hit her head, and she died. So when she died, he became very afraid, and so he took her and put her in his car, And he was driving around with her all night to all the little places that he went to, driving around to different places and taking her in. And they go, "What's wrong with her? What's wrong with your girl?" "Oh man, she done had too much to drink. She was dead." But she wasn't but a size 6, you know what I'm saying? So he would say, "I didn't want to leave her out in the car, so I'll bring her in. Can't she lay right there for a minute?"
And she was dead.
He was dead through that whole time.
Oh my God.
He did a very short period of time in jail. And it's very sad. She was a very sweet person as well. Very nice young lady. Beautiful. And she left one child remaining to this day. She has grandchildren, but she wasn't here to see them because her baby was little at that time. So I say all that to say this, even though you went through so much, the positive side to it is you made it.
Mm-hmm.
I did.
And you will
Exactly.
continue to make it. And then by your testimony here today, you're going to help many more young ladies make it. Because the key is to get out of there. Stay strong.
Exactly.
And get out of there. Just leave the situation, whether you got to hide up under a bridge, up under a rock, or wherever. If you can't trust nobody, trust God, baby.
That's right.
Tell him to guide your path.
That's right.
Because he will not let you down. And still to this day, I still believe that, because he kept you here for one, because he loves you, for two, to help others because he loves them. Because of all the things, you're here to give this testimony here today.
That's right.
You have to say, "I wonder why I'm still here." There's many that are gone. I got another girlfriend one of my best of friends in the same town. Remember I told you about her, Miss J? Her husband beat her and killed her, and then took her to her mama's house and dumped her out of the car.
See?
Right there in front of her house. You made it, Diamond.
You made it, sweetheart.
You made it.
You made it.
It's a horrible stuff that you went through, but you're still here.
You're
still vertical.
Yes.
The stories is really amazed me because I was almost like that. When I got away, I went back to try to clean up my apartment, and he found me there, which he kicked the door in. He beat me with the wooden chair over my head 3 times.
Oh, wow.
I tried to run, and when I ran, he tripped me up, and he was just beating me in my head. The only way I got away is because of my neighbors. After that, I took off running, and
you got away because God had another plan. It wasn't your neighbors. That was God, baby. He used your neighbors.
Woo!
He is the life giver.
Come on with it, Janet. Come on.
And he can allow it to be taken away. But he used them to save your life for many reasons. And maybe not for your purpose, but for his.
That's right. Look at how, because I heard you say that you just decided just to do drugs for you to escape.
To survive. To survive.
Isn't that something?
She was using
do y'all hear this?
Yeah,
are y'all listening to this?
And that was a good tactic to use. She had to numb the pain some kind of way.
I did.
Did you know anything about his background? Obviously he might have seen that happen. I don't know.
When I met him, I knew nothing about his background. Never knew he beat on females or anything like that.
But did you know about the history of how your brothers and the company that they keep?
Half of the I only have one brother.
Okay.
And half of his company that he used to keep, they used, dance and, just he had good friends. But I never knew nothing about this one.
Wow.
Well, I think that the friends that you think that he has are good, but the birds of a feather flock together. It's a persona that they put on to be good, but behind closed doors, they're not good.
No. And I am so sorry that the thing of it is that you went through it, but look at you now. You survived it.
Looking at you, Diamond, it doesn't look like you've been through anything.
See? Exactly.
So the eyes are deceiving. You know what I'm saying? And people think that people are not going through things. That's why people need to be courteous and loving and kind to people.
Exactly, Janet.
Because you never know the state of mind that person is in and what they've been through in their life. And then that could just be the turning point. That could be just that tiny little straw that you, boop, boop, And now you
That's right.
that,
That's right, Janet.
that broke the camel's back. Okay, now I can't take no more.
That's right. That's right.
So we want to be kind and keep on putting up with one another. And,
Mm-hmm.
and I know that I'm glad that you said that we went in the interview. You said that you were going through therapy. Are you still doing therapy?
I am.
That's
I
Good.
am.
stay in therapy.
Good.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
Definitely do
great.
that.
And that'll help you, forgive him and then forgive yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, let me ask you this, because I remember in the interview, you also stated that he made you send your kids away.
Yes. He made me send one to my mother's house, and he made me give one to my baby father that's not currently with us no more.
When he passed away.
Yes, he passed away this year of COVID.
Uh,
Oh wow.
he
Sorry to
died
hear
of COVID.
Yes.
Oh, I'm
that.
sorry to hear.
Hmm.
So this man made you get rid of your children. Why? What was his?
Really, basically, it was like he didn't want my kids around, but he had kids of his own. But I have to respect his kids, but my kids had to go.
So he had kids living there with you all?
In the apartment. No, they just came like on the weekends. But when they came, I had to respect his kids.
Are y'all listen? Are y'all listening to this?
For y'all viewers that are watching, we're not talking about a boyfriend girlfriend situation. We're talking about a husband and wife situation.
Husband and wife. I was getting ready to let them know that, Janet. Exactly.
Yeah,
Husband and wife.
this
No
is.
boyfriend, girlfriend.
We think the Bible tells us that they're supposed to honor their wives, and treat them as a delicate vessel. You know how vessels are, the beautiful vases that are made with crystal, they're
Mm-hmm.
delicate. And Jehovah God says that He's supposed to treat them like that. That means you hold them fragilely because we're easily broken. We're easily broken.
Exactly.
And then on the other hand, it says that we should what? Show deep respect for our husbands. How can we show respect for a man that will hurt you and allow other people to hurt you when your husband is your head and he's supposed to be your protector? You know,
Exactly.
Exactly.
you
Yeah.
know.
And I know
So
you was in your mind, you felt like you were doing everything you could to please this man, but
yeah,
that's a demon. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna call it that's the
yeah,
demon.
he sounds like the advocate of Satan himself.
Yes, just to
Right.
be. I mean, but that's what it is. We do everything we can for them, but they're still gonna so called find a so called reason to just put their hands on us, and
I
that's
had
just
I had another question, Diamond. How old
Okay.
is he?
Um, oh, I don't even know his age now. Like we don't even.
Like roundabout.
He's probably 30 something, maybe 36, maybe.
Okay, so he was quite older than you.
Yes.
Yeah.
okay. So he was older than you when y'all met and y'all got married. He was older than you.
Mhm.
Hmm.
He
Oh,
to the he didn't like nobody to the point like he beat me one day just because I wouldn't let him hit my mother. He swung on my mother before
say
that.
wait a minute.
Wait a minute. You better take me off camera.
Yeah. He swung on my
I'm
mother
like,
one
oh
time
my
and
God. Are
I
you
stepped in
serious?
to help her, and after my mother left and she told me just come home before something happened, he literally beat me just because I didn't let him hit my mother. Yeah.
Wait, girl. Wait a minute.
Hmm.
Uh-oh, we got some unhappy little people back there.
Oh my God.
But
Oh my God.
all I can say is my mother never gave up on me.
Come on now.
My mother never
That's,
gave up on me.
that's right.
I
Oh,
don't care what it is. She see me walking on the street. She's just like, come home. If I leave, she's gonna come back the next day. She's gonna search for her baby. She never gave up on me.
and that's
So
right.
so
You never will.
why didn't you go home to your mom?
When I went home to my mom, he knew exactly where my mom stayed. So
Okay.
he'll stalk the streets and all that stuff like that. He'll stalk the streets. But I don't know what it was. I guess it was the Lord just working because after a while he just left me alone. He didn't even budge to even bother me no more. I didn't, like he has his restraining order and things like that, but it's just that didn't work before, but now it's working now.
Yeah, because he getting tired of going to jail. He know that you get so many strikes, it's over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, exactly.
You can
Yeah.
only you can
Mhm.
only keep getting away with so many things, so so many times. And he don't want to get locked up for a long period of time, but it looked like he did, didn't he?
Yeah, he
Several.
did, and he
Mhm.
kept getting out. Like for my attempted murder, he got out.
Wait a minute. He got
The When he beat me and he came over there, they charged him with attempted murder, and he got out.
you a kidding.
How
No.
did
Y'all
he get
listen
out?
at this.
How did he get
When
out?
we went to court, all I know is when we went to court, they asked me about remediation and things. I said I didn't want to do it. I said I would just come back to my next hearing. When I got out of court and we said we was going back for the next hearing, like an hour later, he was out.
Are
They
you
gave
kidding me?
they gave him a bond and everything, and he was out.
Oh, they gave him a bond and somebody bonded him out.
Or
Somebody bonded
attempted.
him out.
That must be that was the time when he choke you, right?
When he choked me and when he beat me with that wooden chair.
With a
Exactly.
with a what? Wait a minute.
Yes.
With a wooden chair.
Yes. He kicked my door in. He beat me with the wooden chair. It broke on my head. He had to hit me 3 times before it can break. I didn't pass out anything. I got the energy to run, but he broke the chair on my head.
Are y'all listening?
What state that puts up with all that? Is it Alabama somewhere? Georgia?
Nah, this is North Carolina.
North Carolina.
North Carolina? Ooh, remind me not to move there.
North Carolina.
I mean, because you would think,
Because in the state of Texas, that couldn't have went down like that.
oh really?
Mm-mm.
Attempted murder. He got a
Domestic
bond. He
violence.
got out. I don't
I got
understand it.
there's a young man that was locked up that was abusing one of my daughters, and he was locked up for a long time, and it wasn't nowhere near close to diamonds. It wasn't nowhere near close to that, and he got locked up for a very long time.
And it's terrible because the things that he did to me, I feel bad because now when men talk to me, I don't know how to react.
Mm-mm.
See, that's the next question. That's the next session I was gonna ask. So how are you now when and you just answer it, when a guy try to approach you or talk to you?
Yeah,
That's normal because now we're talking trust. Now you just don't know how.
I just don't know how.
Now do you
I,
now
oh
do you tell
Lord.
your story to them, to the person that you feel like you would like to get involved with?
in some ways I'll be wanting to, but in another way I don't want to because I feel like if I tell them my story, they're gonna feel like I'm weak and then they're gonna try to attempt to do the same thing. That's why I kind of get afraid.
Yeah, even though they may not think that, because that's a sick. The husband is sick. Something's wrong with him. He's messed up real bad.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
everybody ain't messed up real bad. But what you do know is that when we start telling start telling our boyfriends or our to be boyfriend what
Mm-hmm.
our old boyfriend did, whatever he do now, he's gonna think you should just gloat all over him because I'm better than him. So it's really not best to drag your past relationships
Yeah.
into your new
Right, right, right.
because they can always hold that against you.
Mm.
Well, at least I didn't do that. I didn't do that, and bring that back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
my mom always tell me, don't never let your left hand know what your
With
right
your
hand.
right hand, our grandma always told me that too. Yep.
Yeah. It's not
Mm-hmm.
all your business is not everybody's business. If you
Right.
want to know the business, watch the podcast. But you didn't
It's
hear
Uh-huh.
a it comes a time that like I'll text them and we'll talk on the phone, maybe FaceTime and stuff like that. But maybe dates and things like coming to my house, I'm still working on that.
You got
Oh,
to work on it. That's
okay.
right.
And you know what? Dating is so scary nowadays.
Yes, it is.
Dating, because now dating, I was watching my daughter and my nieces, and I watched them on these phones and these iPads and stuff. They're dating online now. You know, it's like they got all these dating websites and places, chat rooms, and that's how they're, you know, because nobody goes out. I guess it all started during the COVID. It got really thick doing that because people
Mm-hmm.
couldn't go out and meet each other. And these young people got to meet each other. They don't care. They got to meet each other for some reason.
Hmm.
But it's just that that's how they date now. They meet people online and they meet up, or they'll keep talking long distance for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
They meet
Mm-hmm.
up. And so, you know what? It's just, it doesn't really matter whether you live in the same city with somebody or they are long term, long distance relationship. You don't know the heart conditions of people.
That's right, Janet.
You just don't know, you know, because we are living in the last and evil days.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we truly are. I don't want to make this a biblical time conversation, but you know, we have to understand where we're at in time in order to cope and appreciate that hope for our future. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because if we don't understand where we at in time, then it's going to be so puzzling that it can drive you crazy. Like, why is this all happening to me? Why is this
Right.
stuff
Why is this
happening?
happening? Yeah.
Because it was written. It said that the man would come, there would be no natural affection, not even in your families. That's in the scriptures, no natural affection. You know, so these things right here, we got to know is going to come about.
Hmm.
And be very careful, Diamond. Be very careful in your dating.
Mm-hmm.
Screen people. Also, do background checks. Do whatever
That's
you can
right. You
to
have to.
secure yourself, and never
Mm-hmm.
have someone in your home or you go to their home alone. Always have a chaperone. See, that's what people think that that's
Yeah.
old fashioned. That keeps you safe.
It sure do. Mm-hmm.
That keeps you safe, especially
It
in the
sure
time
do.
that we're
You're
living
right.
in and how
It
the
keeps you
dating is
safe. You're
concerned.
right.
That keeps you safe because if you're having somebody into your house, only you know they're in the house. They can do whatever they want to, and nobody ever knew they were there. If you go to their house, the same thing. Now you're on his turf. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? You don't know what to expect. So when you guys meet up, whenever you decide to date like that, meet up in public places where
Public.
you're sitting outside with people, having
Mm-hmm.
dinner and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Never be without a chaperone.
Hmm.
Take
Driving
all the,
your own car. Go in
yes,
your
meet
own
up and you
car.
have your own
Leaving your
car.
yes. Make sure
Mm-mm,
you. But
mm-mm.
I understand that. I get that. It's that thing that's gonna be with you for a while until you feel comfortable and take your time. But let me ask you:
Whew.
do your mom did she or do she know the real extent of really what he was doing to you behind closed doors?
That's what I was wondering.
No, I'm no. She told me before that she really didn't want to hear it yet because it's gonna make her mad. Cause we was together today and we rode past a spot and I told her something and it just messed up her whole day. Like I literally walked. I mean, it's a distance. It's probably like an hour away from my mother's house. I literally walked there before, like, just walking, and I had to meet him. If I didn't, I was gonna get beat. So it was like an hour away from my mama, and I'm walking. So we passed the little area today, and I was like, Mom, this is where I had to walk to. And when I got there, it was, just getting beat because I didn't make it there in time. But I was walking. I don't have a car.
Oh wow. He
I
was making you
walk
walk some. He was making you walk somewhere.
yes.
You got
I'm
to
so glad you're a domestic violence survivor.
yes.
It's a
Yes.
very much of a privilege to get to know you, and I get to share this with my daughters, and one of my daughters is named Diamond, one is Princess, and to let them know how serious it is out here dating,
Yes, it is.
it's serious and dedicating your life to someone and really don't know who they are.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Like I said, I know three people, that have died of domestic violence. Three, not just wounded, but died. My husband's sister was brutally murdered by her significant other, and it was horrible. It was very horrible, and so it can be, it can always be worse. I know that this sounds so horrible, the things that you went through. It's just my voice is shaking because I'm trying to
Mm-hmm.
hold back that lump that's in my throat,
Mm-hmm.
because I have daughters your age, and
At such a young age, yes.
yeah,
You
I
know.
got daughters your age, and to think of anything like that happening on that scale, is
Just
mind
being beaten
blowing.
every
Mind
day.
blowing.
He just coming home, just
Yes,
how he want to punch you in your face. Come on, and they're gonna have you to make you get rid of your kids. Are you freaking kidding me?
my
Woo,
my sister. I have a sister. I
It
have
man, oh
it
man.
feels
lived
it
out.
feels bad
But
because
God, you
it
got your
feels bad
babies now,
because
though,
you know
right?
how you can just yes. It feels bad because you know how
Yeah.
you can just look at other people and everybody else, you know, just enjoying pregnancy and things like that. I always wanted other kids, but with all my abuse and what I went through and all the rapes and stuff, that messed it up. I had to get a whole hysterectomy.
Oh my God.
Wow.
I'm just 32. Can't have no more kids. Everything is gone.
I am so sorry that happened to you, sweetheart. Mm.
I have a half sister that lives in Dallas. Um, her husband was very abusive. He shot her 7 times,
Mm.
and he left her for days. And they just recently was talking about releasing him. He's been locked up for a long time. So this happened a long time ago. And
And they're talking about releasing him.
he shot her 7 times.
But
I knew
Diamond,
this. It was this female. She really attracted me to her. Like I was watching her Facebooks and all that stuff, but yeah, she got killed with domestic violence too.
hmm
oh wow.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
was
I know so many people that you know.
She got
and
It's
like he brutally murdered her to the point where after he murdered her, like he left a knife in her head, like
mhm.
and
y'all listen.
it just scared me.
I know. I
Yeah,
know it did. But you're a survivor and it was for a reason. You are
yeah,
telling your story. You are
yeah.
telling your story. You are. And what I love what you say about your mama, she never gave up on you.
They never get
And
bucket.
honey, let me tell you something. We as mothers, we would never do that. We would never do that.
But
That
the
man,
scriptures clearly says that's great that you have a mom to do that, but everybody's mom don't do that. So you are very
Exactly.
blessed. You're very blessed that you have a mom that stick by you, through all
my mom
that.
is
Because
amazing. My mother is amazing. She's my
yeah,
inspiration. She's my
Isn't that
idol. My
something?
mom that had 5 strokes and she's still here.
yeah, praise
Woo!
God, praise Him. Yeah,
God bless her. God bless her. God bless her. Oh my gosh. And she's still here.
Still here.
Ain't that something? That's mama.
yeah.
That's mama. But let me ask you this. How is your relationship with your brother now? Y'all just still not,
We're not close.
you're not close
We're
at
not.
all. Y'all don't communicate.
The last
Y'all,
time me and my brother communicated is when we had a little family altercation and he's married and me and his wife don't get along. And when I said something to him about her, he hit me.
Oh, girl.
that's okay, baby. It's gonna be okay. Now I got out now, Diamond. Um, if it's let me see if anybody that's watching got a question they want to ask Diamond real quick before we wrap it up. Anybody that's watching on YouTube, because I can't see over there. Look, I usually have another screen so I can see all that, but ain't
Oh.
time to put it up. They got doing this makeup,
Yeah,
but I
because I.
can't see the people on YouTube. Anybody have any questions they want to ask Diamond real quick? Let me see something. Hold on. Let me see. Oh wow. Okay.
Because dude, is your brother your only sibling, Diamond?
On my mother's side, yes.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Okay. Okay. So how is Diamond now?
Diamond is great. Diamond is great. Diamond is gonna continue to smile.
You yes.
I'm just great. I have my babies. They keep me going.
Yes.
My babies keep me
Yes.
going.
That's what it is. Their babies will give you that encouragement, that incentive, that drive, that you know what I'm
That's
saying?
right. You look
Whenever
at
you
them.
feel like giving
You
up, say, "Oh, my babies need me. I can't."
yes. You look at their face. That's all it takes. Just look in their face. And I'm so
That's it.
glad you got your babies. I am so glad you got your heartbeats because
Yeah,
those are your
Yes.
heartbeats. Those are your heartbeats. I'm so glad you got them. And your little fur babies too, because I hear them. And your little fur babies. I hear them.
I thought that was you, Angela.
That's her fur babies.
Oh,
That's her fur babies too. She got some fur babies.
oh.
So what would
I
you
do. I
say?
got a lot.
What would you say? Now, let me ask this question right here. Let me ask this of you. Because I did my flyer and you gave me permission to put a little bit of the inbox in there. Can you expand on
Mhm.
how we connected?
Me and you.
Uh-huh. How you how you what made you reach out to me?
There you go.
What made me reach out to you is because I was going through stuff. Like, I had my moments, like, the tragedy key hits me. So, you know what do I have to give? I'm just gonna just end everything. Let me just end my life. I don't have nothing to live for. Something brought me to your podcast. When I came to your podcast, it's just like I kept listening and listening and listening. And it was something that's like, this lady is here for you. You need to open up to her. You need to share your story with her. And that's what pulled me to you. Like, without you, probably your podcast, I wouldn't be here right now. Like, God got me. I know He had me,
Literally.
but with your
Yeah, I know
words
what you
in your
mean. Literally,
podcast,
yes.
it literally helped me. Like, both of y'all, Miss Janet, you also, both of y'all literally helped me.
Oh, that's so sweet. That makes it all worthwhile, because sitting on this side of the spectrum, we can easily feel like, un, you know, like, are we really wasting our time? Like, who really cares? But when we have guests on this show that share their what brought them here to this point, and showing their appreciation for whatever you receive from here, because Miss J Speaks podcast is the business. We are truly here for the people. We're not getting paid to do this. We just getting tired of everything being pushed up under the table and up under the beds or behind the doors. And we want to let people know there are hotlines that they can turn to for all different type of topics that we've had on this show. And almost every topic, Miss Janet can relate. So that's why I get very deep into it,
Yeah.
because I've been through a lot of things in my life, and I know that God is the one that strengthens me, because He's the one that cares. And Miss J asked me to be a co-host on her show was such a privilege. I just told my husband a little while ago, and we was in there, I said, I'm tired. I had insomnia. I haven't slept in over 24 hours. I said, but I'm gonna make this podcast. This is a very important podcast today. I said, because I done lost all my shows. I can't get in on my Facebook right, and different things I am. And uh, I don't want to lose this position here. I don't take this for granted.
Mm-hmm.
This is a privilege to be here as a co-host, and engaging with Miss J, because she is a wonderful person that cares deeply from her heart,
Exactly.
and that I can, I feel great affiliated with her, greatly affiliated. So we do appreciate you, Diamond, sharing such
Yes.
sensitive stuff here today. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And we
Yes.
just feel privileged that you're here and to help other people too, because it takes a lot to get up here and open up your life as an open book,
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
let the world hear, and see how you made it through. They said she went through that and she's still here. I can do it. I gotta
That's
get out of this
right.
house. I gotta get
Yes.
out of here. I gotta make it out of here.
Mm-hmm.
That's what
Hmm.
somebody's saying right now, Diamond. She
Mm-hmm.
can do it. I can do it. I gotta get out of here. Let me see how I'm
Exactly.
gonna do this. Now they can make a plan.
Mm-hmm.
But without knowing anything, knowledge is power.
It is.
Without knowing, they're going to be stuck. So
Exactly.
we need more people. So any viewers out there that you guys are going through any trials or tribulations, or if you have anything that you feel that you have that it can help somebody
It,
else,
that's
feel
all.
free to inbox
Yes.
Jay and set up for an interview to see if you qualify to be on one of her show podcasts.
Because
It's never too late. She's always open.
that's what we are about, is helping
It's,
people to start their healing journey, helping people start doing it. Because to come up here like you said, Janet, and talk like my guests be doing, like you doing, That's bravery. Because
Yeah.
see what it was? You were ready to talk
Yeah.
about. You was ready. Now it's somebody that's gonna be watching this 2 o'clock in the morning
There you
that
go.
won't ready, but when they watch this,
They're gonna
gonna
get
be
ready.
gonna be to the point
Gonna
say,
get
oh, let me contact Miss J.
You even gave them a technique how to survive the pain. Little things like that. They can go back and replay it and watch it and say, "Oh, what did she say? How did she survive that pain?"
Yes, exactly.
See,
That's what makes me feel good because I can help somebody because it's no longer something that females need to go through. Like get help because I know me, I was seeking help, but I got the right help. I got to get away. But let me tell everybody this. My God is a mighty God.
you
Uh-oh.
better know it.
My God is a mighty God, and I believe in my God.
Come on. Come on now.
So if he can do it for me, he can do it for you.
And
But yeah,
and you know what? Not only that you believe in your God, but your God believe in you too.
Yes, ma'am.
exactly.
See, He never allows you to go through anything that He know that you can't stand.
That's right.
He believed that you can stand it. Remember
You
Job?
did. You
Whenever
did it.
you
Through it
get too
all. You
low,
did it. You
whenever you
have
get too low,
mm,
Diamond, go to the
mm.
book of Job. Go to the book of Job. And I guarantee you can't compare it. But he will show you right when you get low, because you're going to have your low points on days. But
Mm-hmm.
go to the book of Job, and he will show you how to be strengthened through the tactics that what he relied upon.
Mm-hmm.
See, and God allowed Satan to do it because when Satan entered into the courtyard, God turned and said, Satan, what are you doing here? Where you come from? He said, oh, for walking and roving about the earth. That's what he said. He said, walking and roving about the earth in Job 1:1.
Mm-mm.
So we know that who's the one that brings all this adversity. And like you said in the beginning, Miss J, you said that's a demon. You got that right.
Yeah.
Because a third of them was cast on down when Satan was hurled down. So these are demons down here. This is where Satan resides. This is his home. He can no
Mm-hmm.
longer go back to the heavens. So we know that as long as you stay close to God and believe like you believe, baby, you're going to make it through it. He going to help.
Sure
Because
is.
he helped you get this far now.
Yes.
Yep.
He ain't finna let you
Yes.
down.
And y'all are divorced, right? Y'all are
Yes.
divorced.
Yeah, she said divorce became final like January or December.
Your
Ma'am.
divorce. Your
Oh
divorce.
yeah, it was finally out in January.
All
Yeah.
right. You're good. Good. So you straight
So
then.
now you're a free woman. You as free at
You're gonna
last.
be
A free woman.
you're
I
gonna be
married no
fine.
more.
You're gonna be fine. I know it's gonna be sometimes you're gonna have your moments. It's gonna be sometimes you want to bust out and start crying. You do just that. You do just that. You don't hold it. You in your house. You're confined in your house. You want to just scream and cry. You get it out. You do it. Because that's a part of it too.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah,
part.
we healing
That's a part of
process.
cleaning that soul. That's a part of it too.
But you're not alone. Remember, this been happening since. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Even though we watch like movies, but movies is real life. They got it from somewhere,
They
right?
got it from somewhere.
Okay, so it's like in The Color Purple way back in look how he was Miss Seeley. Come on now, this back in Miss
Exactly.
Seeley days. Look how he was treating his wife. That was his wife.
Yeah, that's been going on a long time.
My
We've been taking some beat downs for a long time.
my idol
So
my
our
idol
skin is pretty tough.
my idol is Tina Turner. She went through a whole lot, but look at her. She
See,
made it through.
do y'all hear this? That was her real story. That was her real story. Tina Turner went
Yeah,
through it, but look at her.
definitely
But
relate
look
to
at her.
that.
And look at you. You got somebody gonna be watching. Now the good thing about this is shared on five platforms. Somebody gonna be it ain't gonna be deleted. This gonna
No,
run. Somebody gonna see it. You're gonna inspire somebody to get out.
yeah,
Now,
get out.
close it out for me. What would you tell somebody, Diamond, that is in it right now?
Ooh,
I will tell somebody you're not alone. It's people out here that's gonna support you. Don't stay. Just get out. That's all I can tell you. Just get out. You have support. You have females like me that will help you get through it. It's people out here that want to help you. You don't have to suffer that alone. We got your back.
Y'all heard that, right? Y'all heard Miss Diamond. I just love that name. Diamond Unique.
Because there's safe houses out here. There's safe houses. Have you ever
Yeah,
heard of that?
exactly. There are Facebook groups that you can join that be in to be able to take that release great show as usual. Someone will get help from it. Thank you, Miss Diva Queen. Thank you for saying that. Great show as usual. Someone will get help. Yeah, this is gonna help somebody. So don't you ever feel that whenever, who knows, somebody see this, they might want you to come on their platform and talk. You do that. You go and let it be heard. Let it be heard. Because
Exactly.
this is your help. This is starting it right here for you. And I appreciate you doing this. I appreciate you contacting me. But like I said, and I was very honest, I've always had started second guessing myself. But a dean came through and dealt with that dean from your inbox,
Mhm.
contacting me with your story. That was my confirmation that Miss J,
Have you been thinking about writing a book or actually being a motivational speaker?
I have. I always wanted. I have. I have.
really?
Mm-hmm.
It's something that can keep your mind busy. Just start at the
Yes.
dollar store and buy you about 10 of the stacks of tablets and
Mm-hmm.
start putting it all down. And then once you get it down, then you start, trying to get it all
You
together.
try to get it all together. Don't if
Mhm.
you now I know some people that have platforms that help people write books and stuff that I
Oh,
follow.
well, we need to
I know
talk
one
then because
personally.
that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to write a book.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. And trust me, they won't have no problem helping you how to get started, what you got to do, blah blah blah. I know them personally.
I would
Mhm.
love that.
Okay, well, the same thing with you, Janet, too. Because I
Oh, yeah.
told you we all got a story. We
Mm-hmm.
all got a story. Especially
Yes.
when we went through the trenches. You see what I'm saying? But we
Mm-hmm.
coming out smiling. But one
Well,
thing I do want to say that you did mention let me see. Correct me if I'm wrong. Um because it may be someone. How are you doing with, you did mention that you're battling lupus.
I am.
oh,
So
yeah.
how is that going? May I ask?
I have my outbreaks. I have my little moments that I go through. Some days that I can't even, like, I have muscular lupus. So
Mm,
it really basically messed with my muscles and things of that nature.
yeah.
So just like some days I'm just down. Some days I just don't feel like
Okay.
really basically doing anything. But it's going well so far.
Good. Good.
And feel free to inbox me as well. You can,
Exactly.
I'm here for you. You
We're
know,
here. We're
we
here.
are here for you. We are
Mm-hmm.
here for you. If
We're
you need
here.
to talk, I don't care what time of the night it is, within my means, I'm here for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Thank y'all for coming. Thank y'all. Janet, you want to close us out?
Wow. I mean, pretty much Miss Diamond kind of says it all. Get out of there, and it's just don't think that you're alone because it's been since the beginning, abuse on different levels, domestic violence is something that is not tolerated. We're
Yes.
not gonna tolerate that anymore, you know, and know that there's help out here for you. There's a hotline running across the screen. Get in touch with Miss J or Miss Janet, and I'll be more than happy to help you to
Mm-hmm.
provide the appropriate, help that you need in any kind of way, form that within my,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
and
Exactly.
always rely on prayer. Never stop praying. We were
Never stop
studying
praying.
Bible study today that people don't realize the power of prayer.
Mm-hmm.
He says do it constantly. Like he said he told Jesus in his last moments, he told his apostles to pray constantly. So it's never a time that we should not be praying. If
Should
we're
not
not
be praying.
out loud, we need to be praying in our mind. We need to.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
and once again, I thank you, Miss Diamond, for coming on the
For
show.
coming out on
Yes,
our
ma'am.
show.
Glad to be
Thank you.
here.
So much.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get that information to both of
please.
y'all, and
Okay.
you start on just as quick as you can. You connect with the person. You see what I'm saying? And let's see what's gonna happen from there. You see what I'm saying? Let's see what's gonna happen from there. Put it out there in the universe. Look for some books now. We look for some books from both of you. We look for some books. For some books. Yeah. I wish you well, sweetheart. I wish you well.
Thank
now,
you.
if anybody that's watching now or watching the replay, as I stated, this is Domestic Violence and Breast Cancer Awareness Month. If anybody that's going to be watching the replay or that's watching now that would like to come on the show, do another segment concerning your journey with domestic violence and or breast cancer, some of your breast cancer survivor, contact me or Janet. Inbox me or Janet. And we'll do just like we usually do. We interview the person FaceTime, we have a conversation, and then we set the date that we're going to do it for the month of October. Now, if it spill over into November, it's okay, because Janet, last year we did 3 parts on domestic violence, didn't we? Because
Yes.
so many people in our inboxes ready to tell their story, and it's okay. Trust me, if it spills over to November with some segments, that ain't got a problem. That we'll do that.
Yeah.
But I want you to know
it's a very popular topic, because
yes,
it's going on in homes right now. Like you gave the statistics, it's going on right now as we
that's
speak.
10 million.
As we
That's
speak,
a lot.
somebody's getting battered right now as we speak.
And just because he slapped you one time and he look at you and tell you, see what you made me do, I'm not gonna do it no more. What you need to do then is go on to call your brother. Let the brother know. I'm talking to my folks out there that's watching. Let the brother know what done happened, so brother his neighbors and all can come on over there with his ass, with man ass. See, because trust me, they won't do it no more. Because that's what they used to say. I won't hear. See what you made me do.
If they do it once, they'll do it twice, and then when they
yes, exactly.
You don't need
ladies,
love don't
please,
hurt.
Please, if y'all going through that, if that man hit you one time, if y'all have been married 20 years and he hit you one time out in 20 years, I don't care. Get out of that, because it might took him 20 years to bop you in your eye. Who to say he ain't gonna do it in 2 more weeks after then? Oh no.
You ain't got no business putting your hands on you.
Time to go.
Don't put your hands on.
Please, ladies, please don't go for that. Don't go for that. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I will never do it. Please don't go for that. I don't care if you've been married 20, 25, 30 years and he hit you in your no. Please go. Just go.
My mother had an abusive boyfriend when she was young. Her husband, excuse me, and he hit her one time. She came out of her bosom with an ice pick and stuck him in right here and pinned him to the wall. That man ripped a hole through his shoulder trying to get out of there because he knew what was coming next. And before we ever get to that point, we pray you never have to get to that point. Look for signs, and when people start short tempers and breathing hard, sweating and stuff like that.
She didn't see none of that. She said she didn't see no red flags. Nothing.
I didn't say nothing.
Yeah, I'm saying, but it may have been there, but you missed it. Because
in
it might have been there, but you missed it. So now we want to start looking for red flags.
Controlling, want to control her where you go. If you got to go somewhere, they want to know where you're going. Call me when you get there. Call me when you get ready to leave. Blah 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 blah. See, that's
a red flag.
Yes, those are red flags. Look for y'all. Those are controlling. That's controlling.
So our part 2 is going to bring out.
You are out of it. You are free of his ass, and you can go on about your life.
Angela, so how about when we do part 2, it's going to be noticing red flags. It's going to be something about noticing red flags.
Yeah, there we go.
For domestic violence. And that way we'll have a list of all those that are prepared, that you can look for, that you wouldn't think is the obvious flag. You would never think, oh my goodness, I would have never thought that.
Right.
And that's what we'll do in part 2.
That's what we're going to do. So if y'all listening, if you're ready to tell your story, you can inbox Janet Brown, or you can inbox me, Miss J Speaks Talk Show and Podcast, on my profile, Angela Johnson. Y'all will see my profile picture. Inbox us. Let us know. Breast cancer survivor, domestic survivor.
on all her social media.
Yes.
Follow on
Most
all her
definitely.
social media. Make sure that y'all like and follow her too, because that's the way. And put your notification bell on, so
Mhm.
you'll keep up whenever something is coming live. You won't miss it.
You won't miss it.
You'll be able to get the link to tap right in to, when it's time for you to do your thing. Also, make sure that you follow me on all my
Yes.
social media right now, on TikTok, uh, Instagram, Janet Brown 600. Yeah, cooking in her own kitchen.
Yes.
So, and I'm vegan style, that is.
Vegan
So
style. Yes, Diamond, yes.
please don't forget.
We're gonna get that
Contour.
live show before this year's out, y'all. Cause we're gonna do a live cooking. Janet gonna do a live cooking.
Oh yeah, we ain't forgot that. And
We
don't
ain't
forget
forgot
the
about it.
Contour,
We
don't
have
forget
forgot
the
about it.
Contour Queen website. And so
Yes.
y'all visit my website, Janet the Contour Queen, and make your appointment, schedule your appointment, for classes. I don't care if it's just a brow class, complexion class, or if you're in the local area of Houston, Texas, or Dallas, Texas, you can get get slayed. And so, and I do travel at your expense, though. I do travel.
At your expense,
So I don't have
exactly.
problems with that.
So Diamond,
Yes,
if
ma'am.
anybody want to contact you, are you able? Do you want to give some information out? If somebody is going through, if they just need to talk to you,
I am. You can find me at Diamond Unique on Facebook and on Instagram and TikTok. It's the same name, Miss Pretty Ambitious. That's what I go by.
Miss Pretty Ambitious.
I am.
Okay, now.
I am. So you can find me on all three of them platforms.
So she's willing to talk, y'all. If somebody's going through and you need to just reach out to her just to talk, she's willing for somebody. Y'all can contact her. And she's willing if anything she can do to help, I'm pretty sure she'll try to help you in any kind of way. If you need an escape plan, you never know. Okay.
You
With
never know.
that being said, we are done. Thank y'all for watching. Thank you for watching. Y'all watch the replays. Thank you. Y'all share it out because if you haven't been through this, somebody may have been through this or going through this. Share this out. Share it out, okay? Y'all have a good day. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all come on and share this out and follow Miss J Speaks Talk Show and Podcast.
Bye.